Hello, welcome back to Miss Max Academy. Today we're going to learn how to name arcs in a circle. As we know, an arc is just a curve or a portion of the circumference of a circle. We're going to review some vocabulary terms. Let's look at prompt A. What are the minor arcs of circle O? What are the minor arcs of circle O? Well, a minor arc is just a small arc or a small curve in the circle. Let's take a look at this piece right here. This is a small curve or a small arc. We would name that minor arc using two letters. So this arc would be called arc AD. AD is a minor arc in the circle. Likewise, if we took a look at A to C, this would also be a minor arc in the circle. By definition, a minor arc is any arc whose measure is less than 180 degrees, well, bigger than 0 and less than 180. And generally, we name minor arcs with two letters. So let's take a look at the minor arcs in circle O. It appears that we have minor arc AD, which is right here. We have minor arc CE. Oh, and look at these two arcs. It appears to me that they're congruent or equal measures. And that makes sense because they're made by vertical angles, and we know vertical angles are congruent. We also have minor arc AC. Oh, and look at its congruent minor arc DE, again made by a pair of vertical angles. Okay, let's move on. We're now going to talk about the word semicircle. This one most people get pretty easily. A semicircle is a piece of a circle that's exactly half, or 180 degrees. When we name a semicircle, we name it by three letters. If you take a look here, if I walked along the curve of the circle, DAC would be a semicircle. And I could name that DAC or CAD. They both name the same semicircle. Likewise, I could name semicircle CED. And you can clearly see that semicircles are cut off by the diameter of the circle. Here's the diameter of the circle CE, which would cut off this arc from the circle CED. So let's name the semicircles. Let's see. We have ACE, ACE. Yep. We have CED, CED. EDA, let's show you EDA. Great. You can clearly see how that would cut off half the circle right there. And finally, DAC. And again, you can clearly see how that would cut off half the circle, so it's half the curve. And semicircles are always 180 degrees and are named by three letters. So finally, we need to name a major arc. A major arc is greater than 180, but less than 360, because 360 would be the entire circle. So a major arc is any arc whose measure is greater than 180, but less than 360. So let's see what that would look like here. How about if I went from A all the way through C and E to point D? Clearly, this is a very large piece of the circle. but it's not the entire circle. How would I name this arc? Well, it's a major arc, and we name major arcs by 3 letters. So I could name this arc right here as arc A, C, D, or I could call it arc A, E, D. They're the same exact arc. We could call it D, C, A, because direction doesn't matter. It still describes the same exact arc. So let's name some major arcs in my diagram. So they want our major arcs to contain point A. So point A has to be somewhere on our arc. So they said ACD, and that's the first one I showed you. ACD. Right? Good. Can we name another major arc containing A? Well, let's start here at E. We could say EAD. Clearly a major arc, more than 180 degrees. EAD, or another way to name that one would be DAE. CEA, what does that one look like? CEA. Oh yeah, clearly a major arc on the circle that contains point A. EDC. 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 Sure, it clearly goes through point A, and it's a major arc. And DAE. DAE. Let's take a look at DAE. DAE. Again, major arc containing point A. Excellent. We've now learned how to name arcs. And just to review, a minor arc is any arc larger than 0 but less than 180. A semicircle is an arc with exactly 180 degrees. A major arc is an arc whose measure is more than 180 but less than 360. Generally, we name minor arcs by 2 letters. We name semicircles and major arcs with 3 letters. Please make sure that when you name an arc, you put the proper arc notation above your letters.